With the NFL draft fast approaching, we're going to be in a rookie draft soon. Soon we'll be drafting those rookies we've been coveting all off season long. With that being said, I feel like we're going to have to run a mock draft simulator real quick, and we're going to do that over here at dynastyleaguefootball.com. In this draft, we're just going to do it basic 1 QB. We're just going to go with the flow of the draft. We're going to see what happens here. I'll do another video on Superflex so you get an idea of the values. But here it is, the mock draft. So we got our draft board here when we start to draft. We got our cheat sheet. Everything seems up to code. And then your suggestions for your picks. So let's go to the draft board. Let's get this started. I'm picking at the 5 spot in this draft. I did it randomly. So let's see what happens on the draft. Waiting for the picks to go down here. Soon they'll all pop up. Imagine it should be pretty standard. Imagine Bijan, JSN. So here we are. First pick, the 101, Bijan Robinson. Then 102, Jahmyr Gibbs. 103, Jackson Smith-Njigba. And then we got a little bit of a surpriser. I think some people were expecting him to go a little bit later, but 104, Quentin Johnston. So going to our cheat sheet, we got some players left. We got Zach Evans, Devin Chain, Zach Charbonnet. Wide receiver, we're pretty good. We got Jordan Addison, Kayshon Boutte, Josh Downs. So we're doing really good. The tight ends, I'm not really going to touch those till the time's right. I'm not paying up on those. And remember, it's 1 QB. Like it says here, PPR, 12 teams, 4 rounds. Looking at the draft board, and it's Jordan Addison versus Zach Charbonnet off the suggestions right here. Charbonnet versus Addison. Bryce Young's way too early. Way too early. Zach Evans feels too early. Michael Mayer's too early. Boutte is too early. Devin Chain's too early. I like Josh Downs, but right now it's a little too early. So it's between Addison and Charbonnet. It's between those two players, and I think both of them are good to get. And I would not look at this as a ranking for me. So this here would just go with landing spot. So if I'm drafting Zach Charbonnet, he's in a good landing spot. If I'm not drafting Zach Charbonnet here, it's not in a good landing spot, and it's going Jordan Addison. Let's just pretend Zach Charbonnet went to the Bengals like in Mel's mock, and I'm just going to draft him up. I want to lean into the running back position. I'm good at wide receiver. I've been good for the last few years. I stacked up on wide receivers in last year's draft. My head was pretty torn on that decision, but we're just playing it out that way. So at the 105, we roll with Zach Charbonnet. They're adding that to our pick. Let's see how we finish the first round. Bam! First round is done. After that, at the 106, Bryce Young, way too early. Way too early. Not really in the realm of possibilities in real drafts. That's one thing that needs fixed here. Jordan Addison, 107, makes sense. Zach Evans, probably a few weeks, a couple months ago, maybe. Right now, it's not been as hot. Devin Chain, 111, could be. Very in the realm of possibilities for 1 QB. Josh Downs in the back here. Kayshon Boutte. Draft capital is going to matter, but right now the heat is on. The heat is on, and now we're into the second round. Sean Tucker goes to 201. Zay Flowers, 202. That's really all landing spot dependent, draft capital dependent, especially for Sean Tucker. Zay Flowers, you know, I was expecting him to go in the first. Now, then we got C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson, so we're really, really paying up on them quarterbacks for a 1 QB league, especially when we got so many running backs left on the board. But maybe it didn't go so well in the running backs in this scenario. Who knows? But let's look. We got Kendre Miller on the board. I love Kendre Miller. Israel Bakanda's up there. Tank Bigsby. I'm not huge on Jalen Hyatt. Not huge on the wide receivers left here. Jalen Hyatt, Xavier. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be slamming the button on Kendre Miller here. No one's going to stop me. That's my next dude. So we're going to draft him up. I like that size adjusted speed. Right now, I feel like draft capital should be all right. Couldn't be different. Who knows? This is a deep running back class, and teams can wait on running back and still get talent. So right now, I feel like 205 is a good price to pay for Kendre Miller. And I don't care going running backs on all my picks this year. Like I said last year, I don't care going wide receiver on all my picks this year. I'm also going into these knowing that I already went wide receiver heavy last year, so I'm not putting myself in that position. So Jalen Hyatt falls to 206. He was a first rounder in some mocks a few weeks ago, a little higher a few weeks ago. We got him 206 here, Tillman at 208. That could be a sneaky one. 210 is Xavier Hutchinson, Israel Abakanda, and Tank Bigsby. It's really falling in line with the rankings. So if you look at the rankings, you just kind of guess they don't go too far off of that. Dalton Kincaid, Tucker Kraft at the end of round 2. Kind of rich for my blood, especially for Tucker Kraft. Dalton Kincaid's probably going to be in the first round. Maybe to the Packers, maybe a team like that. So at the end of round 2, if someone doesn't want to swing for the fences at wide receiver or running back, because that will start to die down, kinda, the running back position will still be pretty deep, especially early the 3rd round. The tight end spot's going to be really hard to gravitate to because you can always clear up that position later. Now we got some more picks in early 3rd round. Chase Brown, Kenny McIntosh. Some running backs coming off the board. Hendon Hooker coming off the board in the 3rd round. Rashee Rice coming off the board. I'm not a fan of him at all. Some people like him. Usually those tape guys. Going over here to wide receiver. What's left is Marvin Mims. Woo! That's a value in the 3rd round. Also Jonathan Mingo. Value. We also got values at running back with Dwayne McBride, Rashawn Johnson. Rashawn Johnson seems like the main value. And also Tajay Spears, possibly. I want to see the landing spot with him. I like Marvin Mims. He's more like the analytical darling in the fantasy community, though. So that kind of scares me a little bit because I like him. But that's what the analytics say. And there's also a size issue here. But, man, we're paying a 3rd round price tag here. We're paying 3rd round price tag. We got our running backs. We're good to go. I think that's going to be my guy. Let's go with Marvin Mims in the 3rd round. So we're shaping up not too bad considering what the team looks like. Zach Charbonnet, Kendra Miller, Marvin Mims. So we're probably going to hit at least one running back. And now we got a solid dart throw wide receiver. I'm always taking Marvin Mims over Rashee Rice, over Hutchinson, Tillman. I think Tillman's kind of scary for me. I think he might be better than what we think. Deuce Vaughn goes a little early. I was hoping Jonathan Mingo in the back of my head would fall to the 4th. It didn't happen. I was playing with him a little bit in my head. I was hoping he fell. A.T. Perry goes in the back of the 3rd. That's a wide receiver I've been looking at. Will Levis. Rashawn Johnson falls a bit. Michael Wilson, Dontavian Wicks. Tajay Spears in the 4th. That's a bit of a fall. Darnell Washington. So we are catching some players fall a little bit in these drafts. So coming down here, we got Keaton Mitchell, Mohamed Abraham, Lou Nichols. Lou Nichols is in there because of me. I've talked him up a good bit. He's in there because of me. Evan Hall is one of my guys. So it's Evan Hall. Anybody here can beat Evan Hall in value. And we got Parker Washington here at wide receiver. We got really not much. We got Trey Palmer. We really need to make this 5 rounds. We got some dudes. Trey Palmer, Evan Hall. So we got some guys. We also got Luke Musgrave, Sam Laporte. That we're solid at tight end. I don't think tight end's going to be this murky. I think people are going to start pulling on these guys in the 3rd a little bit more. You're not going to catch those guys in the 4th. I'm going to pretend they're gone because it's not super realistic. Evan Hall's realistic. I think Trey Palmer's a little bit realistic. Parker Washington is a slot receiver that could sneak up on us. I don't really think Luke Musgrave's going to be here that far in the 4th. Maybe. But this is also 1 QB. Sam Laporte, I like those Titans. I wish I had another round. I don't want to stop drafting because Evan Hall's going to be there for a bit. He's not even going to get drafted in this draft. I want to lean into the running back spot. And you know what? We're just doing this for fun. There's no money on the line. I don't have a team built. And I'm really looking to stack up at the running back position. Man, I got some good tight ends left. And I got 1 pick left. This is when I'd probably trade back or I would have done something. Or traded back in. Because I think that's some good spots for some tight ends there. There's some good talent here in the 4th. Notice me thinking this one through. I like Trey Palmer as well. I really want to lean in the running back spot, though. Some decent gets here at that spot for what you're paying for. And also, you got a little bit of meat on bone. Wide receiver, you got some guys here. Tight end. Tight end looks pretty smooth, though. Tight end and the 4th is what I want to pay the price tag for. Fuck it. Let's go with Luke Musgrave. Tested well, did well. I like him and Laporta. I like them both. All right. So let's just do it. Let's just draft our tight end. Oh, wait, he's down there a bit. He's down there a bit, but really, there we go. Luke Musgrave versus Sam Laporta. Sam Laporta and Luke Musgrave has the same picture. They have the same picture. Now I gotta analyze these pictures. My God, that annoys me. That's it. I'm drafting Sam Laporta just to give him some love. That called it out right there. They got the same picture, so I'm getting Sam Laporta and Luke Musgrave, the same player. I'm just getting that, calling it up. That just pulled it. That's it. That's it. They got the same picture. That's it. That's the answer. Here in the 4th round, I like Evan Hall. I like Trey Palmer. Damn, I wish I had another round in this draft. I want to see how this finishes up. We're almost here. We're almost home. Max Duggan, whatever the hell you want to call him, gets drafted. So Sam Laporta goes in the draft. I drafted Parker Washington, Muhammad Abraham, Keaton Mitchell, Eric Gray, Tank Dell, Max Duggan. Also, the fake Jeff Janis goes at number 11 in the 4th round. That's the draft. My team, Zach Charbonnet, Kendra Miller, Marvin Mims, Sam Laporta, due to us taking a stand with the double picture, because we had to do that for this draft. But it was tough in the 4th round. We should expect some talent in the 4th round, but nothing too crazy. 3rd round's going to have some guys there, some good speculation plays. 2nd round's where you're going to win your draft. 1st round's where you're going to lose it. Let me know in the comments who you're looking to draft at your spot. Maybe we can help you in the comments below. Let me hear about it. Smash that subscribe button. We're going to have more drafts coming your way. And I'm going to have a lot more coming at you at the end of this week here in a few days. Just stick with me. I want to thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the next video.